He asked Margaret to slow down and read it again. Margaret smiled and told Charmin that the book was called Leaves. Seeing the spark of curiosity in Charmin's eyes, Margaret started picking some exciting excerpts to read to him while Charmin listened with closed eyes. He immersed himself in imagining the scenes dancing within each word, a feeling like never before. Thus, in the days that followed, he met Margaret in the park. He savoured every syllable of Margaret's reading until, 10 days later, she closed the book. She excitedly said, "Wow, we finished the book in 10 days. Charmin humbly replied, "You read it? That's impressive." Margaret said, "Listening is reading too. Like teaching kids, paying attention leads to learning." Then she gifted him the book. Charmin wanted to refuse, but seeing Margaret's encouraging eyes, she resolutely took the book. That night, she sat at the table, starting her first reading experience. In the dim light, she flipped through the pages of the book she had finished for the first time, feeling a whirlwind of emotions. Next day, she met friends at a bar, all staring at the earthquake footage on TV. Friends wondered if it would cause chaos. Charmin interjected, "No, it might spark a plague, like Camus described city." Friends were amazed and asked, "You actually read Camus?" Charmin proudly responded, "Oh, besides the plague, I also know about the fall and the outsider." But while comforting her heartbroken friend, her clumsy words led to more laughter at her expense. Furious, she left the bar and returned to her garden, venting her troubles to the lazy cat. "Those fools have no idea how complex reading is," she complained to the cat. "You start with the first word, then the second and third, until you string them together. It's harder than sorting a pile of screws." But it's so simple for Margaret. Just look at her, she's only 40 kilos and has enough wrinkles to get lost in. Yet, she has a whole library in her head, packed with books. I bet she knows so much. Remembering that next time they met, Charmin picked some fresh veggies from the garden to give to Margaret. She promised to deliver it to Margaret later. Margaret said she lived in a nice nursing home. Though childless, her nephew treated her well. They discussed aging, and Margaret said while aging is a burden, it also has its perks. Words don't last too long. Hearing this, Charmin suddenly recalled a line from the book Margaret read, howling like a dog at the mother's grave. Margaret marveled at Charmin's memory, then found that passage to read to her. "When maternal love descends at dawn, promises can never be fulfilled, and when other women embrace you, it is merely consolation. We always return to our mother's grave, howling like mischievous puppies." Charmin nodded in agreement. Margaret curiously asked about Charmin's mother, but then she added, "If a person didn't receive enough love in childhood, then everything in the world is waiting to be discovered by her, right?" Although her mother's behavior had made her feel indifferent and sad throughout the years, she still responded with anger when her friends joked about her mother, demonstrating a strong reaction. "I have nothing to be afraid of," she exclaimed angrily. "I have nothing to be afraid of. I have nothing to be afraid of." She continued to warn her friends angrily, defending her mother. One night, her girlfriend wanted a child, but Charmin didn't respond due to insecurities. She lamented, "How could someone like me be a parent? I have no skills, can't even write properly. What do I have to offer a child?" Her girlfriend looked at her firmly. "You can give her love." On a pleasant afternoon, Margaret arrived at the park, looking elegant as always. Uniquely, she pushed a small cart beside her, carrying a thick dictionary to gift to Charmin. Margaret told Charmin, "With this dictionary, you can explore the words and get lost in complexity. Like a dream. I'm sure you'll love this adventure, Charmin." Margaret asked Charmin about her next read. Charmin pondered and said Amazonian Indian stories. Margaret asked why, and Charmin replied, "Because I read comics about them when I was little and thought their lives were amazing." Margaret happily searched her mental library and excitedly told Charmin she happened to have a book on that. So she invited Charmin to come to the nursing home next week to read it together. Excited, Charmin went home and began flipping through the dictionary. She tried searching Margaret and discovered it's a flower name, laughing as she shared with her lazy cat. But as she continued, frustration set in because many words she wanted to look up were unavailable. Of course, it wasn't the dictionary's fault. Her limited vocabulary meant she couldn't spell the words correctly. Soon, the day to visit the nursing home arrived, and Charmin got there early. She brought fresh flowers she had grown and returned the dictionary to Margaret. She dejectedly told Margaret, "I can't use this dictionary at all because I can't spell. Using a dictionary feels too late for me now. In the time I've known you, I've tried to learn, but it's like putting glasses on a blind person." Suddenly, all the flaws in life became crystal clear, and that terrifies me. I guess I prefer the old way when everything looked blurry. It was so simple and fear-free. Subscribe to us for even more exciting content.